It's 5:30, so we'll call to order this meeting. Jordan, would you start us off with a roll call?
Please respond by stating present. Councilmember Ronayne.
Present.
Philberg.
Present.
Liebelt.
Present.
Ward.
Present.
Johnson.
Present.
Econger.
Present.
Nilsson.
Present.
Norvstrup.
Present.
Mayor Shoneman.
Present. Please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. First order of business will be to approve this week's agenda as printed. I would take a motion.
Move to approve. Second.
Got a motion from Econger, a second from Nilsson. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Second order is to approve the minutes from last week's meeting, which took place on October 27th. I would take a motion to approve those minutes.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion Liebelt, second Nilsson. Does anyone have anything that's overlooked or any changes or comments for those minutes? All right. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Is anyone signed up to speak at the open forum here tonight? Looks like no, so we'll kick ahead to our consent calendar. The first item of our consent calendar is a proclamation, and that's what a lot of the folks here are for. I'm going to go ahead and read that. Whereas the city of Aberdeen and the people of Aberdeen, South Dakota have a deep and abiding respect for the men and women who have served and sacrificed, those who are currently serving in the armed forces of the United States of America. And whereas the Purple Heart is the oldest military decoration in present use and was initially created as a badge of military merit by General George Washington in 1782, and whereas the Purple Heart is awarded to members of the United States Armed Forces who have been wounded in combat or paid the ultimate sacrifice by giving their lives in defense of our freedoms. And whereas the citizens of Aberdeen recognize the sacrifices made by those who have been awarded the Purple Heart Medal and acknowledge their courage, devotion, and dedication to the nation. And whereas the designation of Aberdeen as a Purple Heart city serves as a reminder of the price of freedom and the sacrifices made by our veterans and the unwavering support of the community and for all those who have served, I therefore, Travis Shoneman, Mayor of the City of Aberdeen, do hereby proclaim Aberdeen as a Purple Heart city. We honor and recognize all the recipients of the Purple Heart Medal and express eternal gratitude for their service and sacrifice in defending the freedoms that we hold dear. So we've got quite a few guests, and we've got one that would like to say a few words. And it was Dave, right? Bill. Sorry about that. It wasn't the same guy that I was expecting via email, so it threw me for a little bit of a loop. Bill, welcome to the meeting. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, make sure the little green light is on.
Talking to the colored light. There we go. All right. So, name's Bill Flippo. With down in Brookings with Military Order of the Purple Heart. We represent both North and South Dakota. Currently, there's 206 Purple Heart recipients that are members of our federally organized charter from both North and South Dakota. So it's our organization that goes forth and does these Purple Heart city declarations, proclamations, and it's all about awareness. This is the one organization, the one that I represent, that I wish that nobody else will ever, from now until forever, be eligible to join, because you have to be a Purple Heart recipient to be a member of this organization. So we're the one organization that hopes that eventually we fade off into the night, never to be to brought back again. And part of doing that is this Purple Heart Trail. So Aberdeen is now the 53rd city within South Dakota to be a member of the Purple Heart Trail. Purple Heart Trail was started in 1992 by our organization. It involves all 50 states. Currently, like I said, Aberdeen's the 53rd. There's 5 reservations, 2 college universities, and I-90 from border to border is a Purple Heart entity as well. Currently, there's an estimated 500,000 living Purple Heart recipients. As we know, those numbers dwindle every day as we lose the members of the generation from the Vietnam era and the Korean War era. So on behalf of Military Order of the Purple Heart, from the national organization from the state organization and from the chapter down in Brookings in which I reside. I want to say thank you for taking the time out of your guys' day and showing your guys' dedication to veterans and to those that unfortunately have had the worst day of their life and paid the ultimate price for the freedoms that we get to enjoy. I got something for each of you real quick, and then I will get out of your hair and let you guys get back to business as usual.
Sorry. I don't get one. I don't get to Aaron. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I got it.
Sir.
Now that's something.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For everybody else who's sitting there, essentially, I just coined everybody in this room that's up on the council here. That's the coin has an immense tradition in the military heritage. It was shown, it dates back to the Roman era, where a coin would be given to a member, the newest member of the unit, to signify what unit they were in. That's how they would know. Then they had banners and all that. So that tradition has carried it. So for somebody to give a coin to somebody else, it is welcoming them into their fold. So therefore, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bill, and thanks for everyone else that was faithfully served this country that joined us here tonight. Appreciate all of your service. In addition to that proclamation, we have 4 additional items within our consent calendar. We've got a daycare license renewal, a separate proclamation, a lottery notice, and a retail liquor, or variety of retail license renewals. I would take a motion to approve those consent calendar items.
Second.
Motion Nilsson, and we've got a second from Councilwoman Fulberg. Anyone have anything on any of these items?
Mayor, was there a second on that?
Fulberg, rather. All right, welcome back, Johnson. Thanks for doing that for us. About left without the paperwork. Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we'll move along to our new business. First and foremost, we'll kick things off with a public hearing and possible approval of a transfer of a retail on-off sale malt beverage, South Dakota Farm Wine License and Video License from Bon Express, which is at 801 North Highway 281, to Bon River LLC, which will be doing business as Bon Express. Looks like a sale of that business. Ron, anything in particular on this one? I know that you had shot some emails over.
Yeah, no, Mr. Mayor, thank you. This is a relatively standard transfer as a result of a sale from the existing malt beverage license holder at that address. And now having sold the business, we have a new owner, and that's essentially what we're doing with item A, and staff recommends approval.
All right, would someone care to make a motion? Move to.
Second.
Got a motion, Councilman Ward, second, Councilman Nilsson. Anyone have anything? Jordan, would you give us a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Ronayne.
Aye.
Fauberg.
Aye.
Liebelt.
Aye.
Ward.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Econger.
Aye.
Nilsson.
Aye.
Norvstrup.
Aye.
Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion carries. Next, we've got a public hearing and possible approval of a transfer from a retail on-sale liquor license from Plaza Rentals, which is at 813 Circle Drive, to Bon River LLC, which does business, of course, as discussed in the previous item, as Bon Express. Ron, anything unusual about this one?
No, Mr. Mayor, in the consent calendar, the council approved a renewal of the liquor license for RL 54-11, and this is now transferring that license to the Bon Express location at 801 North Highway 281. I think it'll be operating in conjunction with the malt beverage license that we just approved.
Thank you for that clarification. Would someone on the council care to make a motion to approve if no one's here to speak for or against?
Move to approve.
Second.
All right, so it was a motion from Councilman Econger, second Councilman Ronayne. Anyone have anything to discuss before we take our votes? Jordan.
Councilmember Norvstrup.
Aye.
Nilsson.
Aye.
Econger.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ward.
Aye.
Liebelt.
Aye.
Fauberg.
Aye.
Ronayne.
Aye.
Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion carries. Thanks you two for joining us. Welcome to stick around if you'd like. Next, we've got a public hearing, possible approval of a one-day on-sale beer, wine, and cider license for the Chamber, which will host its business after hours at the Aberdeen Civic Arena. That one will be for us, so over at 203 South Washington Street. Anyone here to say anything on this one? All right, I'd take a motion to approve that one-day liquor license.
Move to approve.
Motion Ward, second Knopfstrup, not liquor, beer, wine, cider. I misspoke. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we've got a possible pay request, approval of a pay request for the work on our water tower and transmission line. That's $480,000 to Dami Construction, $480,563.26 to be exact, and $744,866.50 to Landmark Structures. They are out of Dallas, Fort Worth area. In relation to that project, Stu, how are things going over there east of 3M?
Thank you, Mayor. Actually, things are going really well. Dami's on the transmission line part of it have installed pipe basically up to 8th Avenue, and we'll be crossing 8th Avenue and going a little bit to the east here before they tie things up for the winter. And Landmark has installed, I believe, most of the pilings that are required to basically make the foundation for the tower. So things are actually progressing very nicely, and I'd recommend payment on both of those schedules.
Move
So
to
moved.
approve both
Second.
payments.
Got a motion, Councilman Johnson, second Councilwoman Liebelt. Any questions for city engineer as it relates to this project or the work completed? Did a nice job explaining where we are at. Jordan, would you give us a roll call vote?
Councilmember Ronayne.
Aye.
Fauberg.
Aye.
Liebelt.
Aye.
Ward.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Econger.
Aye.
Nilsson.
Aye.
Norvstrup.
Aye.
Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion carries. Next, we've got a possible approval of a pay request, title number 3. It's $137,959.53, as well as a change order, $117,250.35 for the concrete maintenance repair project to CWF Masonry here in Aberdeen. Stu, about wrapped up for the year on that one, I'd imagine.
Yes, we are. This is actually a final pay request for that project, and you'll notice there's a pretty substantial change order there. The budgeted amount and the actual bid amount are quite a bit different. We have quite a bit of funds set aside for doing this project, which is working ahead into next year's chip seal route. So that's why you see that discrepancy there. We're just using up the money that we have budgeted.
All right, I take a motion to make those payments.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion, Councilman Johnson, second Councilman Ward, and I would like to take this opportunity to express my thanks to CWF Masonry, as well as Great Plains Concrete Pumping and Jensen Rock and Sand, who, after completing this project, went on to do some free work for us at our newest playground down by First Baptist Church, just west of the high school, and they had volunteered to do a bunch of concrete work for us, which is greatly appreciated, and they completed that last week. So I got our motion, got our second. Jordan, would you give us a roll call vote on the payments to CWF Masonry?
Councilmember Norvstrup.
Aye.
Nilsson.
Aye.
Econger.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ward.
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Foberg,
Aye.
Ronayne,
Aye.
Mayor Shonneman.
Aye, motion carries. Next, bills and payroll. Payroll period is from October 19th through November 1st.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion Ward, second Econger. Anyone have anything to discuss before we take the final roll call vote of the evening? Jordan?
Councilmember Ronayne,
Aye.
Foberg,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Econger,
Aye.
Nilsson,
Aye.
Norvstrup,
Aye.
Mayor Shonneman.
Aye, motion carries. City manager's report is next. Robin, how are things going in City Hall?
Good. We've been busy. We've really kept Dave busy. He's had a lot of meetings, I think, with most of you folks, as well as a lot of the staff, and he's amazing me right now. So we will be going to visit with the DANR Board of Water and Natural Resources on Thursday to make a pitch for some more SWARMS funding. Just as we have the last several years, this money would be used for engineering toward the next phase that has not been designed yet. Some of your staff had an opportunity to review the draft report for water and sewer rates, and that will be presented to you in what, 3 weeks? Does that sound right?
December 8th
December
or
8th.
15th.
Okay. And then last but not least, we did do a certificate of appreciation to Brett Ledebor from the fire department, and that was his 10-year certificate. So congratulations to Brett. That's all I've got.
Thank you, Robin, and thanks to Brett for sticking it out for 10 years. That's quite a milestone. Appreciate your efforts in making the city a better place. I would take a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Move to approve.
Move to adjourn.
All right, so I've got a motion from Councilwoman Liebelt, second Councilwoman Fulberg. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you all very much.
Last week.